everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Justice League International New 52 Comic Review. Now, as you know, the Justice League International, much like most DC comics, were part of the New 52. Now, basically the story's like, what would happen if a bunch of B or C listers formed their own Justice League? So characters we've got are Ice, Fire, General in Iron, Vixen, Guy Gardner, Booster Gold, Rocket Red, and Batman basically becoming their own sort of international team, with Batman working by the sides. And the story starts off how this guy introduces to some of the world leaders the potential recruits for some of the Justice League International. And they're like, the Secretary General on board, the UN Global Security Group has the hold of making the final decision. And so they make their picks. They say basically yes to Booster Gold, Ice, Vixen, Fire, but not Plastic Man due to being a wacko, and not Green Arrow. They say yes to Rocket Red, General in Iron, Guy Gardner, not Blue Beetle due to being a rookie, and I don't know why they never went with Ted Kord, and a new DC character called Govia, a British-themed character. And they make their final verdicts, where afterwards they say, they went for it, you did it, Andre, you pulled it off. You described my ability and get this done. And so it turns out they're in the Hall of Justice, and people are like, this is a public building! We can't wait. You can have it! And so, meanwhile in Peru, some researchers are doing some work until one of them has to contact one of the other members and fall down into below, leaving the radio as the only thing behind. Booster Gold shows up, and they basically pick him to be the leader of the team, which I don't know why, because Booster Gold is mostly a publicity hound, and says, ignore them, never. It's our job to prove them wrong. And so you've got this war veteran and his friend pretty much being angry about the whole kind of Justice League International taking the building and that. And as soon as they get in, Guy Gardner says, are you out of your freaking minds? No way am I going to be part of this. Please, do say that Rocket Red is most happy to be part of International Justice Squad. And so Guy Gardner leaves in a huff, saying that he's not going to work with be led by a guy who sells adult diapers. And Booster Gold has this kind of calm, kind of awkward moment saying, let me be perfectly clear. I have never, ever, let my name or likeness be used to sell adult diapers. And so, after, trying to encourage them to go after Gardner, Batman talks with him saying, Gardner, should have known you'd be hanging around there. Don't sell Booster short. He can do it. Don't want the competition, I bet. I've worked with him a couple times. He can't. And so he basically leaves off in a huff, and the Justice International go on their first mission. And basically, we've also shown that Rocket Red and General in Iron don't get on, but Booster points out is that in the future, Russia and China do become friends, and afterwards they get into the jet, where Booster has difficulty, trying to lead the team a little bit, but it turns out Batman is in charge for a bit to make sure Booster Gold doesn't do anything too stupid, and they land into Peru, where they find the walkie-talkie. Meanwhile, the two guys from before set off a bomb, no doubtly getting themselves criminal records, and they blow up the Justice League International headquarters. That was the Hall of Justice, and they say, so much for the UN taking over the Hall. Now that is what I call justice and criminal records. And so after doing some investigating, turns out there are these lava-like creatures, and the team pretty much find out that, you know, this must have been what happened to the researchers, and they do their best to take the creatures down, and do little to no effect. And they're like, is that what I think it is? Pull back! Pull back! Which turns out to be a creature called the Signal Man. And yeah, this was basically Justice League International. So what do I think of the first issue? I feel like it tries to rush in these characters with no real stories with them, and I think it would have worked better had they took more time around it and focused on different characters for the New 52. So it deserves thumbs in the middle. It's kind of alright, but could have been better. So, Comic Reviewy here, signing out.